We may be just about 24 hours away from another government shutdown, and Republicans in Congress are basically willing to let the shutdown move forward unless Democrats agree to defund the vaccine mandates that are coming down the pipeline from the Biden administration. Specifically, they want to slash funding from OSHA, something Marjorie Taylor Greene called for earlier this week, in order to not be able to enforce those vaccine mandates that are coming in early January. Senator Mike Lee had this to say about it. I'm sure we would all like to simplify the process for resolving the continuing resolution, but I can't facilitate that without addressing the vaccine mandates. Given that federal courts across the country have raised serious issues with these mandates, they haven't. It's not unreasonable for my Democratic colleagues to delay enforcement of the mandates for at least the length of the continuing resolution. So here's what's happening right now. As we all remember, just a couple weeks ago, there was a continuing resolution to continue funding the federal government up until tomorrow, December 3rd. Well, the deadline's here. There's no deal in sight for another continuing resolution to continue funding the federal government, so we are likely headed for a shutdown. And if Republicans hold firm on their line that they're not going to vote for any resolution that does not include cutting funding for the vaccine mandates, there's no telling how long this shutdown could potentially last. And this is coming at a time when the economy is not very strong. I know the stock market is, but the stock market is not the economy. American people are struggling. A government shutdown would force millions to be furloughed, would cut wages, they wouldn't get paid, government benefits could slow down, government services at this time of year are incredibly vital. We're coming up in the cold season. People need that money. They need their jobs. They need to be able to put on the heat for their family. This is a very bad time of year for them to suddenly stop getting a paycheck because Republicans want to play politics with the budget. Because that is 100% what this is about. This isn't because Republicans have actual real qualms about the legality of these mandates. I know Mike Lee mentioned that, like, oh, well, the courts are not raising serious concerns about it. They're absolutely not raising serious concerns about it. What they're doing is basically saying, hey, you've made some good points. Unfortunately, mandates are constitutional, so your points don't matter. And yeah, we did have a judge this week that temporarily issued an injunction in 10 states for the mandates for healthcare workers. But that's only a temporary ruling. That is not permanent. The case is still proceeding. So again, Republicans have no actual legal qualms with the vaccine mandates. What they do not like is that this could help pull us out of the pandemic. If America finally gets enough people vaccinated, which right now you got about 40% of Republicans who are unvaccinated, about 10% of Democrats. So if we continue to vaccinate Americans, if we continue to inoculate ourselves, we stand a better chance at moving beyond the pandemic, even as Omicron emerges. And yes, we had the first case yesterday identified in California. It is here on our shores. So if we protect ourselves, if we move past it, we can create a better economy, we can create a better country, we can move on and things would be better, and Republicans cannot have that happen under Democratic leadership. At least not before the midterms, right? So that's why this obstruction is happening. They would rather shut down the government, they would rather torch the economy here, just so they can gain a political victory and screw over Joe Biden and the Democrats by also screwing over millions of Americans. One of today's video sponsors is Atlas VPN, and right now, Atlas VPN is running a huge discount. You can get 86% off for Black Friday, which is just $1.39 per month, plus 3 extra months for free. And if you aren't using a VPN while online, you're leaving yourself vulnerable to all kinds of threats. A virtual private network makes all of your internet traffic travel through an encrypted tunnel. This way, it protects you from spying, public Wi-Fi dangers, and it hides your IP address and your online activities. Atlas VPN features a data breach monitor, which is a security feature designed to track any data breaches related to your online accounts. It automatically scans leaked databases and informs you of any past or recent breaches where your personal information, such as your email address, username, password, or social security numbers, could have been exposed. In addition to enhanced security, Atlas VPN also allows you to browse your favorite streaming services like never before by bypassing geographically restricted content. So take advantage of the special offer today by going to atlasv.pn/ROF and take advantage of their Black Friday sale. 86% off, so just $1.39 per month plus 3 extra months for free.